is a resume review of a software engineer full stack, a very senior software engineer full stack. So, what they said is they have a 1:50 ratio, which isn't bad. I want to be clear. That's not terrible. That's like I said, like a C-. Could be worse, but again, it's passing. And they said they have about 15 years of experience, and their average tenure is 4 to 5 years. That's very solid. Let's see, their current role has them acting as a lead manager and a mid role, so I'm showing leadership. They left 3 contract positions off, which subtracts 1.5 years. So ideally, anything over 10 years experience can just be 10 years. It's not that it's unheard of, but unless you're doing for higher management level, very high, typically anything past 10 is superfluous. So you can just show 10 years, that's fine. So what we're going to be looking for in this resume is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and because you're applying to more senior positions, if you're applying for like lead roles, we do want to see a little bit of management. Now, weirdly enough, the actual things you're looking for are largely the same, just with a little bit of leadership. They just want you to know them more in depth. So if you guys like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you need any more help, join me on my live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on Twitch. I give out this advice for free. So let's see if we can't fix this, which honestly, I don't think we're going to need a ton of fixes. So first off, your formatting is off. Not a huge deal. This is still legible, but again, this is more legible. So you would go from like a 30% to a 35 to 40% increase, right? Like, you know, you can fix the formatting. Education should probably still be up top. I know, as long as it's in one line, it's fine. So let's see, develop Spring Boot on Azure Cloud. That's Cloud. Spring Boot is more for Java, React, and for Java, React. Okay, that's fine. Internal, let's see, resolve it. Yeah, this is kind of hard to read. This is why you want a slightly better formatting. This should be, which I show here, is Arial 10.5. Maybe this is Arial, but it's like faded out. I don't know, man. This is kind of hard. Like, I have to go like this to read it, and that's not what you want from your recruiter. So we have Azure. We directing human high requirements on a solution, daily engineering current milestones, leveraging tasks using React, RESTful API, Spring Boot, AWS, and Lambda. Okay, this is fine. Again, I'd like a little bit of JavaScript, but this seems more like you're on the Java side of full stack. So I'm not really seeing sort of the back end, the front end. There's a lot of really good back end one though, so that's good. Also, this is overlapping with this, so I don't know if that's correct. I would not put software level 3. I would just put senior. Senior is better. Level 3 could mean anything from nothing to everything, so don't do that. What are we missing here? Again, for full stack, I might be missing the JavaScript. But I do have Cloud, I do have React, and this stuff is largely working too. So I think I'm not really seeing the leadership though. I want a little bit more about this. But otherwise, I think this is okay. It is mostly held back by your formatting and just missing some keywords. So, yeah. I mean, do I see SQL? Yeah, I don't see SQL. Let's see. What am I missing? Do I have Node? No, I don't have Node. Do I have Angular? No. What am I missing? Do I have Agile? No. So I'm missing Agile. I'm missing maybe these. Again, they don't have to be major. You just have to kind of put them in if you actually did it. So we do need JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and SQL. Other than that, if you fix the formatting and maybe have a better leadership, like what you did, how you directed them, did you lead from the front? Did you lead from the back? I think you're going to have a higher ratio of like maybe 1 to 25, 1 to 30. So overall, like, again, C-. This passes. This is not a bad resume. I don't want people to think, this is garbage. Brr, brr, brr. Like, your bullet points are largely what I'd be looking for. We're just missing a couple of things, and I want to take it from like a C- to a B+. So, fix a couple of the bullet points. Not too much. You just need to add 1 or 2 things. Primarily SQL, JavaScript, CSS, HTML. Maybe if you can, Node as well, and Agile, and then fix the formatting and fix why the timeline is off. And yeah, the timeline is also off here. So and then I think you're good. That should be solid. So let's go to the next resume. This is an actuary resume. So you all on my channel have heard me talk about actuaries before. I've only recruited them once, and I had 3 days to find one, which, spoiler alert, I am a good recruiter, but not that good. But the short answer to this is, you are asking me specifically, you haven't started looking and you're looking to apply sometime in late March. And as long as your formatting is basic and you put what kind of tests you've passed, which it looks like you've done, none of this matters. Actuaries have been an incredibly hot market for like the last 10 years. You could do everything wrong with your resume, formatting wise, and they will still maybe move you forward. This is one of the hottest markets, and it's been that way. The only thing I would make sure is, admittedly, this is my lack of understanding of it, is we have life insurance. That's good. That's good. I want to know what the names of these are. I think that's the only thing you're really missing. Not just the exam, but the what the name of that exam is, just like it is for here. And maybe it doesn't have a name. That might just be mine. In addition, your education should be up top. They do typically require that. So in this case, I would actually like this summary because you're switching industries. So I would, formatting wise, maybe switch it to something like this, but it's still kind of okay. This shouldn't be bolded. This shouldn't be bolded. This should be one line. But overall, you just really need to put whatever the actual name is, because they want like MFTs and TWGs and whatever. They also have some actuary software that had a couple of acronyms that I didn't notice, so you'd like that. But otherwise, besides a little bit of formatting, I think you're okay. Actuaries can have a terrible resume and move it forward. I don't know the market in Canada, but you have enough stuff here, with the only exception being these not being named, which is the one flaw I might think, that you should be fine. And I don't need to read these. That's how good that market is. It's like, oh, you're good. You passed the exam. You have a little bit of experience. Boom. So I don't need to read those. So just education should be under exams or in the same thing, and you just need to title these, but fix the formatting a little bit. But there's not much I can tell you that would really matter here. You have everything I need. You are an actuary. You have shown me some of the tests. I would like maybe one or two of the extra actuary tools that you used. I don't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but overall, and you tell me you're switching from life insurance to the PNC. You're solid. If you actually have difficulties, resubmit and tell me on stream, and like, hey Lee, I'm actually having trouble getting interviews. I will A, be shocked, and B, give you a redo of this and let you skip the line. But I mean, realistically, if you had the exams and you didn't have any of this, you might still get it through. So yeah, actuaries are, if you're an actuary, you're golden. Let's go to the next resume. Although I will say, honestly, these are pretty solid bullet points. I do like them. You did actually have good bullet points. So I don't want to like insult your work, but you should be fine. Kaladin Stormblessed, which is from a reference I looked up that I did not know. So should I read this book? I think it's a book, right? Is it good? I assume it's good. Can people tell me how good that is? But anyway, let's move to the next one. You should be okay. So this is a resume of a project manager. So they said they have a 200-to-1 ratio, which isn't good, but they are specifying that they're looking for visa sponsorship. And they asked if they should mention that or not. And the answer to that is, yeah, you should. So unfortunately, and I'm gonna, there's no sugarcoating this. If you are looking for sponsorship, it's going to cut into the vast amount of jobs you apply to. You are looking at maybe doubling or tripling the amount of rate that you have. You can have a fantastic resume, and realistically, you still may have 75 to 150 to get a position with that. Just because of the fact is not a lot of companies will sponsor. And if you apply and you don't say you're looking for sponsorship, and then you ask them later, you're not going to actually succeed. They're going to basically say, okay, well, you need sponsorship. You're gone. We cannot afford to do that. So Realistically, and I want to be clear, I'm not the best person on to ask about how best to do it with sponsorship. I've done immigration services before for a few companies, but again, I'm not like an expert on it. I have a bunch of people in my chat who have actually gone through it and succeeded, so you may actually want to stop by and ask them if they're in the chat. They can help out, but your real thing is you're just going to have to apply to like 2 to 3 times more. That's kind of it. So even if this resume is perfect, I don't have any better advice for that one, unfortunately. So what we are going to be looking for is PMP, customers, stakeholders, agile industry, team members, matrix, cross-functional, number of projects such as budget, multitask, how you used resources for success, and how you solved problems and influenced. So I know you're looking for IT, so we're going to add stuff which is basically how you solve problems, how solve with IT, and this is going to be stuff like cloud or AI, etc. So it is important to do some of the IT, but this also depends on if you're leading from the front or leading from the back. And both of those are okay, but you kind of need to, when making your resume, decide which is which, because a leading from the back manager is going to need different stuff than a leading from the front. If you're leading from the front, you're going to actually kind of need to put more IT terms and sort of how you dug in and solved it. If you're leading from the back, you're going to need to talk more about the resources. So formatting wise, this seems okay. I will say you should, I know you put fake name here, you need a number. If you do not have a phone number, they may not ever call you. You absolutely need a phone number. So formatting is okay. Again, this can be one line, but whatever. Not a huge deal. Delivered 40 plus projects from inception to launch by determining scope, defining priority action items, establishing project milestones, delivery timings, and interacting with. And that's actually a solid one. The only thing I would add is maybe budgets, right? Like delivered 40 plus projects of X amount of budget. That would be solid. But otherwise, I think that's okay. Manage a distributed cross-functional team of 15 to 23 concurrent projects. Communicated complex ideas to non-technical stakeholders. Mitigated risk and list. Yeah, I mean, those are okay. I just want a little bit more detail. Monitored project. Okay, good. Created functional specifications. Product mode. Okay, Word. Maintain. So I need the why. I need a little bit more detail. I don't think these are bad. Let's see, analyze data using Excel. Again, these are fine. I think your bullet points are okay, but it sort of reads more like it doesn't read as much as like a manage from the back. So I don't think these are bad. I actually think there's like a B- resume. The problem is the visa's just going to tank your ratio. So what I would be looking for here, right, is this is an okay sample sentence. This is a summary is fine. But then I want to know more, right? Like manage a distributed cross-functional team of 15 with 2 to 3 concurrent projects. That's solid, but what were the projects for? Why were they important? So as a manager, you're going to have to sort of justify how you did it and why it was important. In addition, what was this budget? And what was the project? So part of the reason I have an issue with this here is I don't see anything IT. Like, what was this project? Was it transferring everybody to AWS? That's fine. Like, you don't have to show that you can dig in and do it yourself, but you need to show that your project's related to IT. So again, I think this is like a B- resume. I'm just not. It's not bad. It's just like, again, where is the IT related? Like, created functional specifications, roadmaps, release manuals, other documentations. Word, good, but like, why? As a manager, your job, especially as a senior manager, is to find problems and solve them with people or products for IT. And I don't see that you did that. So I think this is like a 1 in 40, 1 in 50 ratio resume. The more I'm reading it, the more I'm like, it's okay. So, but it's seriously like a B-, right? I need you specifically to do like why these were important. Like, what did you do with these concurrent projects? What were some of the projects? What were this is fine, but like, how many projects? What was were you ahead of schedule and under budget? I mean, again, there's a lot of Excel here, not a lot of IT stuff. So this is kind of tough to do because this is very niche stuff, but like, I don't see the IT. I don't see how you solve the problems. This reads more like an IC resume than a manager resume. That's kind of the best I can tell you. And I would say truthfully with a visa, 100-to-1 would be a solid ratio. Hopefully we can get it down there. But yeah, I need more, right? Like, you have the bones here, but like, why were these projects important? Did you convince stakeholders they were important? Did they save the company money? Did they cost the company anything? Did they lead to anything? That is important. Your job is to show why your ideas led to important stuff. So that's really all I can do with this. Yeah, and make sure you have your phone number. That's also huge. You really do need your phone number. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume review of a full stack developer. Their ratio is unknown. They left me a message, but if this is your resume, I was actually kind of confused by what you said. Because, yeah, I was kind of confused. I really don't know what your personal message to me was with this. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't understand it, so you may want to clarify it. But I think you said that you took some kind of program and it made it worse to search for. So let me just try and review what we have. So, all right, what we're looking for is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and any extra languages is a benefit. Python, C, Java, Git, or AI. But primarily, we are going to be looking for this the most. So, let's see. Again, I don't need a skills section. This should be your education, which you have. That's solid. This should be 2 lines. I don't know why you need all this much. I don't know why you need this much. This should be 2 lines and it should replace this. Then International Business Machine. Okay, completed the IBM Bridge program with Coursera. Okay, this is... I don't know why this is here. This doesn't really have anything I am looking for. There's no keywords, because remember, this is all I really care about. I don't see any of that here. I see Git, but Git is more of like a bonus, and I need more. Agile was good, which I did see. So your formatting is off, so please use the formatting on my website. There's too much polling. And I don't know why this is included, because it doesn't really show anything. Like, I get that this could be considered under a project or schooling, but again, you didn't give me anything I needed, except for Agile and Git, which, while good, I need more. So, created a bot that enabled users to buy items faster in 1 click, focusing on popular items like Python. Okay, again, I need the keywords here. There's nothing here. Used credentials are... yeah, there's nothing here. OOP, Python. Okay, so here's my issue. This needs to be in the bullet points. This needs to be in the bullet points. This needs to... half of them need to be in the bullet points. This needs to be in the bullet points. I am scrolling through here, and I see literally nothing I need, with the exception of Python, which is good, Agile, which is good, and Git, which is a bonus question. And that's all I've really found. That's it. Like, I don't know. I don't need Adobe. I don't know why you put Adobe. This is what I care about. This is what I care about, okay? If it's not this, unless it's some, like, niche AI thing that you're applying to, it's not helpful. The fact is, and I think you're probably worried about when you graduated, you could just put status completed. You don't need to tell them when you graduated, just that you graduated. That's all. So for both of these, you can just say status graduated, keep it in the 2 lines. But nothing about this works. In fact, the only thing I really care about is this. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and Mongo can be one. And Passport.js maybe, but like there's not enough keywords. Like, half of this resume could probably not exist, and it would not change your chances. So you need to redo basically every single bullet point here. And it's not written in a right way. Like, okay, please, I need you to do it. Like, go to my website, please. This right here. This is how I want you to do it. Okay. This should be at a project as well, but again, I don't even see anything I need here besides Agile, which is okay. So yeah, there's nothing here I would need. I would have to reject this. I need you specifically to put this stuff here in here. The keywords are the most important stuff. All right, you need to start thinking like a recruiter and a hiring manager. not a candidate, because this is impressive to a candidate, but this is kind of all I'm looking for as a recruiter, especially for an entry-level position. So this would be a reject. It is not the message you sent me. It's not really the issue. It's that your resume doesn't show anything that we need. So let's go to the last resume of this review. This is a resume review of a software engineer. So they sent a lot, and actually they said a previous version of this resume landed them 9 interviews. One was with Amazon, another with Apple, and then a few other local defense contractors. Use that resume. That's fantastic. I mean, look, if it works, it works. There's more than one way to get to a goal. And if your previous resume was giving you 9 out of 150 in this market, which is the clear thing, if it was getting you those interviews after 2022, keep that resume. I mean, you've got it. That's fine. I don't know if you need to change anything. It doesn't sound like this is that resume, though, because this one you said has given you 150 to 1, which isn't good. So, I mean, look, you use the resume that gives you, what is that, 9 out of 150 is, okay, whatever. I'm a recruiter, not a mathematician. So whatever that math is, that's a good ratio. So here's the problem. I don't know what kind of software engineer you are. REST APIs in Python, maybe Python. Then there's cloud. Okay, so I don't like this formatting. And I think I kind of can see what you did here and what's an issue. So you were laid off, I'm assuming, in late December 2023, which was common. A lot of people got laid off. And then you thought, oh no, I have a gap. I need to put something to improve upon that. And the answer to that is no. What you kind of did, and this is going to, being laid off is not your fault. I want to be very clear. That is specifically the terminology of being laid off, is it's not your fault. But for this example, it's like stealing a pack of gum and getting caught with that gum, so you decide to light everything on fire so that they can't find out that you stole a pack of gum. And that's kind of what this is. This isn't great, but it's not terrible. And then you decided to light everything on fire. So this isn't really needed. If you have, you can put it under projects, which I think is fine. Which honestly, you may want to just do projects under this. And then formatting wise, I don't like this. But actually it looks like you have the right keywords. It's just formatted off. So just switch it to this formatting. Maybe move this under projects. Keep your, whatever your degree is. I'm assuming you got a degree. And put it up there. Yeah, honestly, this seems mostly like a formatting issue. Because, like, these are pretty solid. I'm not actually sure exactly what software engineer thing you're going to, but most of them are going to have APIs. Most of them are going to have SQL. Most of them are going to have like some of this stuff. So in Azure, so you've kind of got it. I assume maybe full stack, but you've got about 75% of most of what they're looking for. So switch it to this. Change this to a project and put it maybe under this. And then put your, I actually need to see that you graduated, so you need to put that up top. So overall, this is not actually, this is what's actually hurting your resume is this. This is probably the biggest reason, and the market's bad. But yeah, all you have to do is kind of fix that and it works. Or alternatively, just use the resume that was getting you 9 interviews out of 150 with Amazon, like, you know, after 2022. If that resume was giving you that after 2022, then why change it? That's success. You don't always need to do stuff. Sometimes you already got the winning number. So use that instead. But if you're going to go with this resume, which you probably shouldn't, then do those changes. So to summarize, you really just need to format it better. And this should be under a project so that they know that this is what you were doing, kept busy while you were laid off. And I need your degree, and then you should be solid. So, but yeah, I'd actually like to see your resume that got 9 out of 150. And more interesting with that is I want to know when it did. Because if it got you that before 2022, that doesn't count. If it got you that after 2022, that is solid. So, anyway, that is it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need more help, join my live stream. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST for about 3 hours. So, and I'll see you all in the next video.